I did because I was making myself a inexpensive whiskey sour with a little whiskey sour packet, and I
It didn't
doubled the
dissolve.
amount of whiskey that they suggested I put in there, and that powder was still there at the bottom of the glass. I'm like, what the fuck? So I had to add some more
Yep.
liquids.
Well, everyone got a little behind the scenes. That was me and
Oh, we
GP's.
are live? Oops.
We are live. Yeah, we got a little behind the scenes talk and drink there. Oh, I let it go on purpose. I could have told you it was live. So I thought it was funny. Welcome to Canada. It's a home race for a lot of drivers here. Home race for me. I'm Arbeega, Tier 1, Season 8, Round 8. And joined by, as you heard, GP Colin, and with a fresh beverage, a whiskey sour
Yes, sir.
pack. Whiskey sour
Yes, sir.
mixer. Yeah. How's it taste?
It tastes pretty damn good.
All right, that's good to hear. Let's get some racing done. Week off last week, and didn't feel like traveling all the way to Azerbaijan, so I'll take a week off, and I show up for the home race, obviously down the road, not far from me. So here we are, back out on an out lap. Zomoglis on an out lap. Sam on an out lap. I think Sam, it's a Moglis at the front. No, there's an Aston. Is that back? It is.
What's going on here?
If someone is going down the back street, maybe... Oh, it is Zomoglis. Zomoglis is ready to go. Fired up. Zomoglis has been very much on the I'm coming for the wins train. So far, errors have cost him, but he's had pace to be in the top 3 easily most weeks, I think. So, see what Zem can do right on board, making his way through the first sector. It's so great watching a race at a track that you've like literally walked around.
Yeah, that must be cool.
Yeah, it is a nice feeling. So, highly recommend if you do go to the race, go for a walk after, go see the whole circuit.
Yep, you can do that.
Right about there is where we broke into the track, just under the bridge. The Rolex bridge there. We had to like squeeze through a fence, and then like by the time we all forced our way through it, like kind of started coming out of the ground.
Criminals.
No, fans.
Trespassers.
That's what
Fans, yes, sir.
That's the name you're looking for, fans. All right, so Zomoglis just about to finish his hot lap, going through the final chicane, skittering past the wall of champions. Just says hello, doesn't get too close, doesn't get too friendly. 11.5 for Zem. So I'm thinking pole, probably going to be high 110s.
Yeah, I would think the 110 somewhere.
Yeah, we got Beck about to finish a lap. Let's see what he can do. Nice job from Beck, keeping it clean too. No track limit extensions. Very easy to cut corners on this circuit. So it's 110.3 provisional pole for Beck. Vinny on an out lap. Are we sure? We got the homegrown product Puff Digital. We haven't really spent a lot of time with Puff this year. Sort of just always watching his progress due to him being one of my best friends. But Puff Digital fans interested will get a good chance. We're going to ride on board with Puff tonight when he does qualifying lap. And we'll check in with him a little more often tonight during the race. The home crowd director is biased.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to take this lap.
Sorry.
Because he spun out turn 1, 2, 3. So I don't know if he hit the wall, but he was up against the wall sideways, so...
Yeah, he invalidated as well. Adri on a flyer, though, going through the hairpin right now. He's got a purple sector 2. Getting a nice slipstream here. A hell of a slipstream. That's going to work out really nicely. Who was that in the Aston? Was it Beck? That huge toe puts him on to provisional pole.
Yes, I think it was. Yep.
I think that toe was the difference there because he's just bare. Oh, look at that! Rockstar pips him.
Rockstar.
And as I was saying pre-race, like Rockstar always checks in tentative, and then he usually shows up, is what I'm finding. So good to see him out here. He's a pretty quick driver. He's been challenging near the front when he has been here. Vinny going a little slow. Joshua going slow. It's like Jinnit coming around the hairpin. I was wondering if Joshua was trying to give him a tow, but no. Asylum about to put his first lap on the board. Checking with Asylum. The Ferrari's got that special Monza livery. That's pretty cool.
I'm surprised that's not an invalidated lap. I'm riding on board with Jenna. All 4 tires are outside the line in that first part of the chicane. Good to know.
Yeah. Take notes. The drivers from other tiers.
Who's next?
Yeah, that wasn't
Vinny Clips.
That wasn't a spin from Puff. It was he was just doing donuts for the fans.
Oh.
Yeah.
Always thinking about the fans.
Yeah. That's what the fans are telling themselves, at least anyway. The crowd goes wild as Wreck Diver comes through the hairpin. I guess sort of the stadium section of the track. Most fans in that area. Casino on the right there.
Yes, sir.
And a quick right, left. Everyone looking really solid through that final chicane tonight.
Yeah, it doesn't seem to be as dangerous a corner as it has in the past for whatever reason. It'll still jump out and bite you if you're not careful, but it seems like most of the time guys are able to get through there without any trouble.
Brian Scott up into 7th. So Brian Scott, really strong start to the season. I find the last few races he's been, I wouldn't say like in a rut, he's still doing well, but he's just not quite hitting those highs that he was hitting at the start of the year. Season, I guess, not the year, but the qualifying pace, he seems to just be just kind of outside that main chunk at the front there. So we'll see if Brian Scott can turn it up a little bit tonight, maybe climb up a bit, and he's usually really strong in the races, so he could definitely do some damage from the top 5 start.
See if Puff can finish this lap. Coming through the hairpin, looks pretty good. Just the chicane left. Oh! Oh, geez, that was lag. Holy crap, I thought he was going to crash into the wall.
Lot of lag. Oh, man. 11-2, but it didn't count. Wow. So that would have been good enough for P3 or 4.
Yep. Huh. Wow, that's bad luck. 2 laps now.
Rough go for Puff. Checking with Sam, I think he just started a lap.
RC is wrapping up his lap coming down the back straight. Oh, and he's... oh, he invalidated. That's Whitey. No, that's Captain. Silent about wrap.
Yeah.
Yep. 1:11.8. So, T-Brum, is this his first race, or was he here for a few races now?
He has been here in the past, but I think this is his first time racing since he came back.
Okay. So he's approaching the hairpin. And that looked pretty good. Very smooth on throttle there. Wow, nice. Could be a good time. Yeah. 110.3 for Sebrum. T-Brum.
Sebrum. CPI.
Nearly 4/10.
Corporal Sebrum.
Yeah.
What he's going for there. Let's check him with another lap. We got Silent going for another one, maybe. Vinny, I think, is on a flyer.
So Rockstar was up on his time. He's heading down the back straight now. I didn't quite catch how much he was ahead, though. Very smooth. Good enough for P3, 110.7. Yeah, we're starting to pile on the 110s now. 4 drivers in the 110s.
Yeah, a low 110 for T-Brum as well.
Alright, I'm riding on board with Puff. He's got to get a good lap this time.
Yeah, he does. The hometown fans are going to be disappointed.
That was very tight. That was good. Wow. Perfect. In my opinion. I don't see any slip-ups to this point.
Sounds like he's getting a lot of wheel spin coming out of the corners. I don't know if that's just the lag.
Yeah, I don't know why that's happening.
And the brakes sounds like they're locking up a lot more too. A 110.7 for Pup, so that's pretty competitive. He's up into P4. Nice lap.
So, great. Everybody's set a time. I was worried there for a minute.
Sam is about to cross the line, see what he can do. 110.9 for Sam. Who else do we have? Most guys just waiting in the pits, I think, at this point. Maybe Beck going for a run here?
Yeah, really. I don't think we have anybody. Except maybe Sam. Yeah, I think Sam's the only one on a hot lap. He's second off his pace.
Second off his previous run?
Yeah, so he's probably gonna bail on this one. Alright, we got one guy, Asylum, on an out lap, and Vinny Clips must just be going back to the pits.
Everybody else just lining up for that final run. Asylum, well off the pace here. So he's just starting his run.
Yes, he is.
And Vinny as well heading back. Vinny's dealing with some traffic. Does Vinny have time to get back around if he pits now? Probably.
I think so.
It's gonna be tight. Probably have to leave at like 140.
Yeah, it takes a little bit for the pit crew to get you out of there.
Oh, Asylum makes a big mistake, yeah. I was going to say,
invalidated.
I was just gonna say though, like getting out early gives you this option that if you do make a mistake, he's got time to go coast around and get another run in
Mm-hmm.
before it's all said and done. And again, you're not starting on these tires anymore, so it's not really a big deal if you take too much out of them.
Right. I'm thinking Mr. Joshua is going to start a lap now.
It's like Wreck Diver is the front of this little pack here. See what he can do. He needs a good lap. He's 14th right now.
That was pretty smooth through there. I wish I could do that. Wow, great.
Truck Diver into the final turn. Past the wall of champions. Trying to take a shortest line to that finish line. 11-1 for Wreck. Who do we got behind? A few cars. T-Brum, it looks like. T-Brum just starting. Samagos just starting. Here on the back starting. Looks like Puff's about to finish his lap. He's invalidated already. He does have time for another one. Actually, no, Puff is starting his lap. Oh, this one's invalid too.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
I think it's because he crossed the line at the final corner. Now on board with Brian now. Brian P9, he could improve quite a bit with about half a second, so like he'd climb a lot of places. See if he can find that time. Half a second's a lot in a short track.
Yeah, he's only
barely
300s up.
Yeah, so...
Well, you might get a little bit of a tow.
See what Jinnit can do through Sector 1. Check in with him. He's down in 10th right now. He's up 2.5 tenths, so that would put him around P7. Jinnit has generally been strong in the races, though. Even his qualifying hasn't been fantastic this season. He always makes up ground on the starts, and then usually up to like P4, P5, runs a reverse strategy. Oh, there it is! Jinnit with the spin. Yeah, commentator cursed him.
Build him up just to take him down.
Lunar is currently sitting P15 on merit. I mean, all the other times are relatively competitive with one another, and Lunar's at the back of it, so let's see what he can do here. He's got to find a bunch, and he does, up to P9, so he gets himself off the back of the grid into the points to start, and it looks like that's going to be mostly it for qualifying. Jinnit's done.
Merci can't. Yeah, I think that might be it.
T-Brum is on a run. I think he already improved, though.
Yeah, he's three.
He's technically on, but yeah.
Oh, invalidated. Yeah, I think that's it. That's everyone.
Yep. All right, so T-Brum filling in tonight and takes pole position. Beck takes P2. Zamagla's starting third. So Zem right there in the podium places.
Gotta remember to mute my mic when it...
Make you drink. Yeah. Oh.
All right, excuse me a moment.
No way. Sorry, just watching the Blue Jays game. They just hit a hell of a shot. Bases loaded. Guy hit it like probably a foot and a half shy of over the wall. So two runners scored and 2 runners on base still. 1 out.
All right, I didn't miss anything.
Man, the Jays just hit a 2-run shot, but it looked like it was going to be a home run. It was, oh dude, it was literally like 6 inches from going over the wall. Like the dude that hit it stood there with his bat in the air, like didn't even start running because he thought he just cranked it out of the park for 4. It was bases loaded. He thought he just hit 4 runs, and he was like gloating, and then he only got a double.
Oops.
If he'd been running the whole time, he probably could have scored.
Yeah, he might have if he got a double out of that.
It was insane, man. Like 6 inches further. Like someone could have like left a fan on, and that would have stopped the ball from going over at that distance. Just insane. All right, I'm gonna fill up the line before I sit down for the race. But yeah, nobody readied up.
Nope.
We're all good to go.
That's cool.
Everybody following the rules. It's actually been pretty good this season for that. I don't think anybody's really done it. I think once it happened, and it was a mistake. The guy accidentally pressed the button.
Yeah, in general, yeah, I don't remember Tier 1, Tier 3. And I've seen a lot of the Tier 2 races. I don't remember it really being a problem. But it has happened a couple times, like you said, but
well, yeah, there
not
was
like
one
in
time,
seasons past.
the one time where I like lost it.
Yeah.
And then it was RC who did it, and he was, because it was instantaneous, and I was like, who instantly pressed the button? Like, what are you doing here? Why are you instantly readying up? But he legit was moving and like pressed it while he was moving or something like that, because of this, I guess the button on the wheel.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Anyways,
we're ready.
Easy stuff.
Ready for formation lap, I do believe. Here we go.
Ready for formation lap. T-Brum on pole. Ready to go.
Oh, I don't have my stream or the tires. There we go. Oh. Only 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers starting on the mediums. Everybody else is on the hards. So Beck on the mediums in P2, and then not until you get to Jennett in P11 do you find another medium tire driver, and then the last 2 drivers on the grid.
Interesting.
Starting on the mediums.
It's funny because Jennett would almost always be the guy on the hards.
Yeah, he always did the reverse strategy.
I wonder if it's a track position. Is this the track position? I guess so. But is it a track position thing? Like, is Beck thinking I want to be in front here, and it's the only way I'm winning this race is if I get ahead of this guy and keep him behind me, right?
Well, I think that if nothing else, he could probably pull a gap between himself and some August. Whether he can get by T-Brum or not, I don't know. Remains to be seen. But he definitely obviously has the tire advantage.
I mean, on the start, he should be much quicker.
Yeah.
The hards are not going to be great on a racer.
Yeah, it's hard to warm up even the softs on the formation lap.
Right.
To the desired temperature, so I can't imagine that the hards are anywhere as near where you'd like them to be.
Oh, there he goes. For some reason, Adri, I stopped on him in the group, and he spun the car into the wall on the formation lap. Paying tribute to our good friend Fuzz. I haven't been paying attention to the chat. My apologies. All right, grid is reformed. We got Asylum at the back. We have T-Brum on pole, and Beck. Look at T-Brum pointed there to that inside line. And can Beck get the jump he needs to get into the lead on turn 1? We are ready to go racing here.
If
There we are. 3, 4, 5 lights are on. And they're off. It looks like a good start from Beck. The second phase is going to be important here. He is good on the line, but side by side into turn 1. Can he get him into turn 2 on the brakes? He does. They do touch. Beck does get into the lead. There's a bit of contact behind with Adri, I believe, and someone else.
Oh.
And Beck loses it. T-Brum in front. So T-Brum hangs on.
Oh, we have an incident. Oh, is that Lunar? No.
All kinds of people running
August.
wide there, trying to get through the corner side by side, but there we are into Brian up into 5th. Gets a good start, gains a few places. Beck needs to hang on. He cannot afford to let T-Brum get away. Oh, very tricky move there behind. It looked like Wreck and Lunar maybe side by side. Not a great place to go wheel to wheel. Looks like the field's spreading a little bit at the front already here.
Yeah. I was just noticing that myself. It's like incredibly, there's almost a second between each one.
Yeah, it's a bit interesting.
More than a second. Yeah, so I guess at this point now Beck just needs to focus. Oh, Puff got a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane.
Yeah, he's done. He retired.
Oh, damn. Okay.
I had a feeling that might happen. I was like, where is Puff? And I looked and I saw him at the back. And then I was, about 3 seconds later saw the speeding penalty. And I was like, yeah, he's done.
Yep, Beck had a moment. He's dropped back to P5.
I'm just watching this little battle here with Asylum and Lunar chasing down Wreck, and now I guess Beck in front of them.
Incredible. All the times now, all the gaps.
Whoa. Brutal stuff there from Lunar. That was extremely clumsy. He completely missed his braking point, and he had to send it all the way down the inside to avoid slamming into the back of other cars. For what it's worth, he did let everybody back through that he got ahead of, but I'd be shocked if Beck didn't have some floor damage from that.
So Jennett's boxing. Is he getting a new wing? No, he's not. He's getting off the mediums, going to the hards. Can you take the hards 32 laps?
I don't know. Jennett will try it, I bet. And if you're stuck in a DRS train behind him, you're not going to get through.
Yeah, I wish we had seen what happened to Beck. It couldn't have been too bad because he only lost 3 positions. And given how close the drivers still are to each other, maybe just went a little wide in one of the turns.
So DRS active now, and we've got quite a few guys within DRS range of one another. So Adri is well off T-Brum. T-Brum's just way out in front now. And behind him we have Rockstar, Brian, Beck, Asylum, Wreck. And then 2.5 seconds behind we got Vinny, Lunar, Sam, Joshua, RC, Zamogwas, all nose to tail. So if Vinny kind of the cork in the bottle for that group there. But I mean, really, if people were to start making their way past Vinny, they'd easily catch this group.
Yeah. Beck's got to get by Brian.
Absolutely. I mean, he needed to be in clear air to make the strategy work better, and now he's stuck in traffic, so.
Yeah, and of course it's a DRS train.
Looks like Asylum went really deep there. And he's going to be under serious pressure from Wreck now. Wreck with a really good exit, the DRS, and I think Asylum.
Yeah, Asylum does not have DRS.
How? Is he that far off during the detection point? Oh, and there's Wreck down the inside, and Asylum. Oh, jeez. Asylum hangs on to it.
Control of their cars.
I know. I really thought that was a double DNF about to happen. That is a really risky overtake, and the fact that they both came out of that okay.
Yeah, I don't even know if they touched.
I think there was a bit of contact, but pretty understandable in the circumstances. There's not a lot of room through there.
No, that's, you've got to be quite sure the driver that you're overtaking is going to basically back out. I think our closest battle is still Lunar and then RC.
It really, if this group up front starts to spread out a bit, I wouldn't mind watching that battle back there with Vinny trying to keep all those guys behind him.
RC went a little deep. Now Zamoglis is on the inside coming down the back straight.
Wreck with the DRS well ahead this time. Takes the position over Asylum. So Asylum's going to have to tuck in. Here comes Brian. Or Beck on Brian.
Wow.
Beck does get the move done, so Beck gains a place back. And T-Brum's had a mistake. T-Brum's off in the exit of turn 2.
Yeah.
And that has changed the complete scope of the race. Now almost everybody in contention for the win here. And look at the front 5 drivers all nose to tail. Now fighting for first.
That second, third turn sequence there, it's for me, it's so delicate. You gotta be so careful on the throttle.
Yeah.
I imagine he was maybe just pressing just a little bit.
Bit of a wobble there from Wreck. Might give Asylum a good chance on him. Wreck will not have the DRS. Asylum should. Oh, Wreck does have the DRS? Oh. That's unfortunate for Asylum.
Luna's passing T-Brum. Brum.
Yeah, I wonder if T-Brum has damage.
I'm going to try to take the broadcast view.
I'd be surprised that Lunar... Yeah, I wonder maybe like floor damage or something. Because I don't understand how... Like, I'm surprised Lunar's able to overtake him with the pace he was showing out front. Like, surely the clear air isn't worth that much. But I'm guessing he's probably got a bit of damage now. So it looked like he was right up against the barrier. I wonder if he went, like, sideways into it.
He's got both end plates, but that doesn't... I mean, you could still have wing damage and still have your end plate, so...
Yeah. He's starting to get away from Vinny behind, though. But now Vinny... So Lunar's kind of the front guy now with T-Brum there. And now Vinny's kind of tagging along the back of him. So really the whole field is going to close up again.
So Beck has now regained P2, overtaking Rockstar.
It's great watching cars race through there.
See if Beck can reel Adri in a little bit before his tires start to wane. Now Asylum all over Wreck Driver. Wreck Diver. I always say driver for some reason.
You also call Vinny Sips, Vinny Kips, or Clips all the time too.
I have an undiagnosed dyslexia issue.
Yeah, that's alright. I just call him Vinny. You keep calling him Vinny Clips, and I find it mildly amusing. So I don't say anything because I do want to see how long it'll take you.
I'm looking at it now. It's
Yeah,
like,
you're
oh,
like,
yeah.
wait a second, it doesn't say Clips.
It is clouding up big. I don't know if you've noticed that.
It is, and Asylum just had a huge walk up there into the hairpin, but I've said it many times before, the weather is extremely unpredictable in the Canadian Grand Prix. Often, I've been there plenty of times myself, not just for racing, but every time I'm on this island, the weather just seems to come in. It doesn't matter how nice it was supposed to be, there's always a threat. So, it does look like we might see some rain. I mean, we're only on lap 9, and it's gotten substantially darker. I would say like 5 to 6 laps, there's probably a threat. The track looks shiny. Did you notice that?
Yeah, I don't know if that's because we've lost the sun.
I don't imagine it would look shiny without the sun, though. I don't know why. I've noticed that, like, most of the broadcast seems like a shiny surface in some corners. It's bizarre. Anyways.
So, update on the position change. The big winner right now is Asylum. He's gained 9 positions, and the Zamoglis has lost the most. Unfortunately, somebody has to lose the most, and it's Zamoglis, and he's down 10 positions.
Yeah, I wonder if he got caught up with Puff at the start. Because Puff was around P5, wasn't
he? Yes, his qualifying time. Yes.
Zamoglis was 3rd, so maybe some kind of incident with those guys getting tangled up.
Am I seeing rain?
Yeah.
Or am I imagining?
No, I think you are. I wasn't on board, but yeah, it is starting to rain. Now that I'm on the onboard camera, that has changed everything. And it's a bloody shame that Puff is out, because if he had just gotten... Oh, look, Zamoglis onto the inters already. That is extremely early.
Yeah, wow.
I don't think that's going to end well. Let's check out how he does, but we do have some guys racing, so maybe we should be watching that. But yeah, Puff is really good in the wet weather, so if he had stayed out, it would have been a really good opportunity for him to make up some ground. It's unfortunate. I understand the frustration, though.
T-Brum making a move.
Yeah.
On Lunar, and he's going to have the benefit. Oh, they'll probably both get DRS here.
Yep, DRS still active, so Zem probably a little early on the inters.
And Lunar wisely staying to the inside here. Oh, and he's pitting, going in for the inters, I guess.
Yeah. T-Brum stays out. DRS just got disabled. So Lunar's going to end up on the perfect trajectory here with those inters on. Zamoglis lost a little bit too much ground, but it looks like it's gotten a little too wet now, and the race directors turned off the DRS, so these guys are going to have to navigate the rest of the lap and some slightly slick conditions. Can't imagine you're gaining a whole lot at this stage, though. Oh, there's a spin! That was Wreck who's had a spin.
I was on board with Rockstar as he went through the first chicane there, and he was really easy on the throttle. So it's getting slippery out there.
Yeah, and look how much time Lunar and Zamoglis have made up now. Remember how far behind they were?
Mm-hmm.
They're making up tenths hand over fist here. It's gotten very slippery.
Adri's in the pits.
Oh, Beck is out. Did he crash into the pit lane? Where did Beck crash? Was it the Wall of Champions, maybe? I need like an overhead shot. I don't see anything.
I think you're right. I think he might be on the outside of the pit wall. just
and it's
after
a safety car now. So Beck's crash has caused a safety car.
Who does this benefit most? This timing?
I would say Lunar, perhaps. No, probably actually. It would have benefited him if he hadn't already put the tires on. Maybe Zamoglis. Zamoglis gonna make up a lot of ground here, but really, I mean, it kind of benefited everyone who didn't pit for Inter's last lap. That's pretty much the entire field.
And I guess you're right. When you mentioned Smoglis, I thought right away he was like 30 seconds behind, I think. So
Right.
he's not going to gain positions or many positions, but he's going to gain a lot of time.
Yeah.
He's going to be right back in it.
Lunar's out. Did he crash under safety car? On track he did.
It looks like it, yeah.
That is not a good look.
Wow.
Gee,
Yep,
I
there
can
he is
see
on the
why.
board
It's
with
kind
Janet.
of a tricky corner when it's wet.
So we started with 15, we're down to 12.
And it's a wet race now.
It's a wet race.
Yeah, I don't know where Beck would have crashed. I'm gonna guess he lost it right there. There's a big skid there. You see that skid? There's a skid mark like coming out of the final turn. You get on board with Zamoglis.
Zamoglis.
Watch
yeah.
on the left side of the track here.
I couldn't see it.
Yeah, try looking from the back view next car that goes through. Like as you pass, I would say like maybe 50 meters out from the wall. So I'm guessing you probably lost it on the curb,
Okay.
like on the exit. So look with Janet left side here and then reverse.
Yeah, no, I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean
Maybe
it's not
something's,
there.
yeah. I'm guessing that's probably where he lost it. It's unlikely he crashed going into the pit lane. I think that'd be pretty strange.
Right, where the map indicated he was, to me it seems like he made it through, well, he wasn't pitting, he was going through the
Yeah.
chicane of champions, wall of champions, whatever we want to call it, and then it looks like he just rebounded and came back across the track to the pit wall side.
Yeah, so it looked like he was on the pit wall, even
Yeah.
though.
So we're probably going around again. RC is just a little too far back.
Oh, the title does say Monaco GP.
What's that?
I realized I put Monaco GP on the
Oh,
title. I forgot to change it. I changed round 8 and then I forgot to change it to Canada. Thanks, James.
boy, and you got to be careful trying to keep your tires warm or warm them up when you're on the inters. Careful on the curbs.
Have to fix that after the race. I usually don't make mistakes like that, but I'm off for 2 weeks. Well, I guess it's been 2 weeks. All right, so who you putting your money on here? We're gonna get going probably shortly. We got anyone in the top 5 on the inters. Who do you think's got the best shot here? I'm gonna say Adri, obviously having the lead.
I have to think of who makes the fewest mistakes.
Brian.
Like Brian and Adri, I think. However, I don't want to just pick one or two, P1 or P2 right now. Just I'll go out on a limb, and I'm gonna go with. It's gonna T-Broom, if he can keep his car going straight.
Yeah,
I think it's still his race.
I was thinking he's got the
but
pace.
There's still 21 laps to go. If the rain stays like this, maybe things don't change too much, but if the rain does decide to get a little heavier, then we got to go through another round of pit stops.
I was thinking it looks a little brighter than it did a few minutes ago. See, there's a bit of shine on the back straight.
Mm-hmm. Yep. The all-important restart. When do you go? And he's going.
Oh, Seabram's picked up a penalty on the restart. Adri with a really good launch. It's going to give him a huge advantage. Asylum with a look down the inside or the outside.
So Asylum would be my dark horse, I guess. And the same logic, though. He's got to, obviously, I don't want to state the obvious, but the winner is going to pretty much have to run a clean race.
Mm-hmm. T-Brum having a look around the outside. Desperately needs to get through here because he's now carrying a penalty. Oh, and
Ooh.
Little clumsy on the inside there. I think Rockstar had every right to be where he was. T-Brum trying to hang on to a space that was closing. It was always going to close.
Yeah, at least this isn't Monaco. There are other places to pass here.
Yeah. Well, apparently it is Monaco, according to the title. Oh,
and
look at that!
Going on inside.
Yeah, really nice little move there through the hairpin. And doesn't quite get it, but should have a nice solid slipstream down the back straight. There's no DRS now.
Oh, yeah.
There it
Rockstar's
is.
got to protect that inside.
Rockstar with a beautiful defense there. Stellar job. And there's a mistake ahead. It looks like Brian screwed up. Brian has lost all the places. He's gone down to P5 now. He was P2. These guys having a really nice battle wheel to wheel here. Rockstar keeping that place. T-Brum. I mean, T-Brum clearly the quicker driver, just can't find a way through at the moment. So, really good display of defensive driving here from Rockstar. Seems to get just enough on the exits that he can... Whoa!
Rockstar
and there it is.
Really loose.
Yep.
He saved it, though.
He did. He'll live to fight.
Yeah, that brings your heart up into your throat. Now T-Brum can focus.
This is really good for Adri. T-Brum needs to get through here, though. Again with the hairpin. Oh, and he got on the curb. And it just stepped out on him, and that's going to help. You know, Asylum is starting to take a little time out of Adri, too. So I wouldn't say Adri's really running away with this at this point. And Asylum still has a chance to go catch Adri.
Yeah, provided T-Brum doesn't give him fits.
Brian in the pits. I wonder if he picked up some damage with that error.
No repair, no wing change.
Interesting. Smoggless, 5-second corner cutting penalty, so he's obviously made a mistake somewhere. Looks like he lost ground on that too. Penalties just suddenly racking up for everybody.
Let's see, what do we got here for penalties? 3 seconds for T-Brum, Sam, Vinny, and Janet, and then 6 for RC, 8 for Smoggless, and now T-Brum is up to 6 seconds.
Yeah, and he's stuck behind Asylum at this point. You know, honestly, I was going to say, Asylum looks like he's going to lose this place, but that might not be the worst thing in the world, because T-Brum can kind of tow him up to Adri. And if T-Brum goes and disrupts Adri, they're probably going to finish ahead of T-Brum anyways, because he's got 6 seconds of penalties. And that's going to allow Asylum and Adri to actually gain from it. T-Brum through.
Asylum got a penalty.
Oh my goodness. The only thing he couldn't afford to do there. I was going to say, you just let T-Brum go and then just keep your race clean. You're going to pass him by the end and let him go squabble with Adri and slow him down, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if maybe he locked up or something, but I was on board with T-Brum, so I really didn't see. Oh, careful, Asylum. I was just going to say, and he's keeping up with T-Brum. If don't want to get too bold and aggressive in the rain here in Canada. You know, it seems like a lot of the drivers are, the back end is kicking out on them. So Adri's built himself up a nice little lead to just over 2.5 seconds.
Yeah, he's benefited from all the squabbling T-Brum had to do. Maybe he was just kind of conserving the battery and waiting for that gap to open.
Oh, Asylum broke a little too late. Must have got a warning for that one. And unfortunately now he's got Rockstar on his tail. Unfortunate for him. Fortunate for us to have these close battles. Boy, Zenith is just struggling.
Yeah.
On throttle, oh my word.
He's generally quite good at this track too, so it's a bit surprising. Or she's going to full wet. That's interesting. It does look like it's raining harder. Yeah.
Yeah, the track does look wetter.
It does. You know, that... Look at Rockstar, he just cannot control the car. That's going to benefit our... I think RC made a really smart move there. The track is full of standing water. You know, the other cars are just sliding. RC 30 seconds behind with that pit stop. He's losing...
Oh, into the wall.
Oh, no.
He didn't lose his tire.
His wing is done, though.
His wing.
I do think it's wet weather, but we're not going to get a representative time now. Hey, look how slippery it is. It surely is wet tires.
Yeah, there's ponding now.
Yeah, it's really coming down. Here goes Zenith with a move. Late on the brakes, gets it done, slides by wreck. So Zenith coming alive now in these tricky conditions. Zamoglis pitting. So this is where Zamoglis can do some damage. Get on those wets.
Yeah, he had to serve his penalty and change a wing. So
I mean, he needs something here. Someone around the back goes in for those wet tires. This could be the difference, because nobody is without, like, everyone is within, like, being on the right tire at the right time distance. I guess from Brian up, any one of them gets on the right tire and ends up gaining 4 or 5 seconds. Like, they could win the race.
So you're the leader. Do you get off these inters and go to the wets?
I don't know.
Obviously made some inroads here. He's got it down to less than a second.
I don't know what the plan is.
More or less.
Someone's going to be thinking about it now.
Could be
surely.
Overcut.
Adri stays out. T-Brum's out. See, this is a situation where maybe Asylum could gamble on it. And maybe goes and wins the race when he's just slightly out of reach right now.
So nobody's boxing. Let's see that. Oh, yes, we got Zenith. Zenith's in the pits. Vinny stays out. Brian coming in. He's staying out as well. So RC is back in the pits onto the inters rather than the coming out on the wets. So he replaced his wing, but he also changed tire compound.
Zenith's come out on the wets. So what's going on here?
Well, I can understand RC feeling like maybe the wets aren't the tire to be on, given the mistreatment they gave him.
RC has now crashed and caused a safety car.
Ooh.
And it's going to be right here in front of Zenith, I believe. There it is. RC stricken Red Bull out of the race. Came back out on the inters. So now what? Who does this... I mean, now, like, the guys at the front, they have a big decision to make, right? They're coming around the hairpin right now. What is the move here? See, well, T-Brum, does T-Brum have... Does T-Brum have enough under safety car to maybe pull this off and only lose a few spots?
I don't know. I'm thinking these guys want to get off the not get off the inters, but
Well,
change their tires. You know, these
we're
got to be worn
also
down.
we're also gonna have more standing water piling up as the.
Ooh.
And there it is, T-Burn pits.
And Adri stayed out. Asylum stays out. Josh stays out. Sam, Rack Driver.
I was thinking the water is going to build up more on these with the safety cars. The cars aren't going full speed, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Certainly the the dry line that they may have been forming will lose that. Oh, wow! So Vinny was just puttering along, and he kind of skated in that first chicane at the end of the front straight. It's brutal.
So T-Burn has actually just put on fresh inters, which actually might end up being a brilliant decision. Because it looks like everybody else who put wets on has given up on them. Except for Zamagos,
yes.
He's going to keep going.
So I really thought that all the leaders, everybody out front, I thought that they would take the opportunity to get off those, just upgrade their tires. I mean, the tire wear must have been 20%.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they're going to go 12 laps on the inters now, like 12 more? That's not good. I think T-Burn may have just made a race-winning decision there, where everybody else is sort of, you know, kind of thought, oh, geez, I don't know if it's wet time. I mean, if it continues to rain at this pace, it could end up being full wet soon. Maybe these guys have jumped the gun here. And maybe that's what the other guys are banking on. I mean, as much as the rain slows down the race, I do love a race like this with the strategy decisions and the what ifs and the maybes and the I mean, there's so much here that could happen. Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry about that. No, Rockstar decided to pit.
Yeah, I saw that. What is he putting on? Fresh inters as well?
Wets.
Oh, that's curious.
So we're not learning anything. Other than it's still an indecisive situation. The track it's not one or the other. Oh, and who was that? Was that Vinny Clips that just spun? Yeah.
Vinny Clips?
Yeah. And so we got Brian pitting. We got a new wing, I believe, and coming back out on some fresh inters. Man, it's raining.
It is, and I was thinking the safety car, I don't know how accurate they programmed it, but if you're, driving around at this speed, you're not moving as much water. I've lost my illegal baseball stream.
Oh.
Get what you pay for.
Mr. Bigger, open the door.
We know where you live.
What do you think? Safety car?
It's totally legal. Don't even worry. I would imagine it's going to wait for the field to catch up, but you never really know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, because Adri's right up on his tail now, so.
Oh, come on with your fake ads. I mean, real ads on my real sports stream.
Oh, so now Rockstar's come into the pits again. Was that a mistake? Did he want to go into the inters?
So are you doing another safety car lap here?
Yes, we are.
All right, well, we'll find a working stream then.
I think it's the last one, because I think Rockstar, provided he doesn't spin, him and Brian should be able to catch up to the rest of the guys. The onboard really gives you a sense of the struggle that these guys are dealing with.
Yeah.
The throttle. Ooh. You got to be so careful.
We're going to see an accident as soon as we start racing it, because the tires are going to be completely outside the working window. And the track's very slick.
Don't tell me we're going. Oh, there we go.
So I wonder, the guys that started on mediums, do you think they were maybe thinking, what if it rains? I mean, I can just make up some ground on these quicker tires. So if you think about it, how it worked out for Asylum, he's in P2.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
What's happened here? Rex had some kind of mistake, falling way behind. No one can go by him.
Yeah, if Adri knew.
Yeah, he would have just gone
now.
Yeah. Let everybody. So the field spread's even larger, right?
Yeah. So the top 5 drivers are on 12 lap old inters, and then you got the next 2 are 2 lap old, and then Vinny has 12 laps.
Asylum has timed this really well, and he's right on Adri. Adri not as strong on this restart. Asylum kind of was on the throttle before him, and Adri just kept going, so...
Yeah, I think these guys just have to bide their time, get the tires warm before they get too aggressive. Take advantage of any opportunity you might see, but don't go crazy. Like, T-Brum is about to pass Sam on the... Oh, Sam drifts a little loose, understeer.
Oh yeah, all kinds of sliding going on there. And T-Brum, big wobble as well, and Jinnit with a big wobble. So the guys on the fresh inters not quite getting the grip they were hoping for at this stage, but I'm assuming in a lap or two they're probably going to be a lot faster than the other guys. Oh, and there's a mistake. So Zamoglis gone around. Yeah.
And his wing is intact for the most part. Who's ahead of him? Was that Rockstar? He was tangled up with him, and his wing looks fine. At least no major damage.
T-Brum trying to make a move on Joshua now, who's currently P3. Kind of quietly did that. And Joshua smartly backs out of that, lets T-Brum go. So T-Brum really has erased almost all of the deficit from pitting, and now has much fresher tires with only 2 cars to go.
Mm-hmm. So kind of staying, you know, the gaps aren't spreading out like we would see in the dry conditions, so it looks like Jinnit was peeking around Sam. Sam in the McLaren sandwich.
Tasty little sandwich. A couple McLarens for bread, and a nice looking AlphaTauri is the meat.
Any condiments? Oil?
Put a little pepper on there.
Oh, Asylum get wicked loose, and T-Brum's got the position.
Yeah, Sam had a moment through that hairpin as well, and Jinnit has gotten through, so all kinds of mistakes for a couple drivers there. Wheel to wheel still, looks like Jinnit has tucked in.
Yeah, so right now the McLarens are looking good. 2 cars in the top 6. And
yeah, I wonder if Joshua will let Jinnit go if they end up racing because of the...
Oh, Sam!
Oh, yeah, big moment there. Sam with a huge mistake, and that has let... Looks like Vinny also had some kind of error, because now Brian's got ahead of him. The rain has really let up, too. The wets are... There's no way they're the best tire anymore.
Nope. As soon as you said that, I was like, oh, yeah.
Yeah. And now T-Brum within striking distance is carrying a 6-second penalty. And he's made a big lock up there. Trying to get a move on Adri. Adri, just on the traction, T-Rum has such an advantage with the fresher tires. Even with a mistake going into the hairpin, he's got a much better exit.
Now, Adri, I'm sure he's asked his race director what's going on with the driver behind him. As you pointed out, T-Rum's got 6 seconds in penalties.
Yeah, well, I think you can see it in the race menu as well when you're driving, right? It does tell you the people behind you have penalties.
Yeah, I should remember that. Whether I don't think it does. I think it just says
sure
they have
it
a
tells
penalty.
you.
It does?
Maybe. Well, I guess if you see that they have a penalty, then they would ask and go, how many seconds of penalties? Or
right. That's. I mean, I've been racing. I should know this, but it seems to me like I'd have to ask what's going on with the guy behind me or in front of me to figure out what they have for penalties.
Might not be wrong.
Can we'll record this? We are recording it. We'll tell my wife that I might not be wrong.
You got your proof, eh? Submit it. So you got to submit it through the customer service department.
So Adri's really doing a good job keeping T-Rum behind him.
Yeah, and Jinnit and Joshua have a little scrap here. Looks like Jinnit's going to get the advantage here. He's got better traction, so he will go through. As you said, T-Brum.
Oh, and there goes Adri's first penalty.
Oh, yeah, that changes.
So now T-Rum's only got 3 seconds.
What was my over-under on drivers with 6 seconds of penalties? I said 6.5. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 drivers with 6 seconds of penalties or more.
And we still got 7 laps to go.
So 7 laps to go, yeah. Are we going to get a cash-out offer for this one? Oh, there's Jinnit with another one. So that's 9, but he already had 6, so that doesn't count.
So only Wreck Driver and Rockstar are without penalties.
Yeah, Wreck Driver at this point is going to... I mean, if he can close up to Joshua, he's going to gain a lot of places.
Well, the tightest battle continues to be for P1. It's so delicate going through that hairpin. Particularly getting on throttle again.
You know, if we're only going to have one battle on track, I prefer it to be for this position.
Yep. So straight line speed, they appear to be quite equal. And if anything, it seems like maybe Adri has a little bit of an advantage.
T-Rum going to have a look here. He's thinking about it, but he's not close enough. He's just about literally pushing the Alpine through that corner. Any closer and he'd literally push him. So you got to think this is the tire advantage coming into play now. I mean, 18-lap-old Inters versus 8-lap-old. That's going to be a monstrous difference. Oh, and there's a bit of contact there.
So if you're Adri, you don't want to over-defend here and cause yourself a problem.
I think you do. Oh, that's actually benefited Adri quite a bit.
Yeah.
I was going to say he pushed T-Brum off, and T-Brum could have just stomped through that corner, but he probably would have get penalized for that, whereas I think he let up enough to not gain an advantage, and he's kind of back where he was. So I would think the stewards would look at that as a wash. The game, I think, agrees that it's a bit of a wash there, and no penalties given out.
So we get a good battle here going for the last podium position between Jinnit and Asylum.
That's going to be a good scrap.
Oh, Asylum got another penalty.
We do have a few good battles going on through the field, actually. And now that's Asylum. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drivers with more than 6 seconds of penalties. Still 4 laps to go.
Oh, what do we got here? Sector 3. That's Zamoglis on the full wets.
Yeah, he's very committed to that. I think he's had some kind of mistake. Jeanette is by Asylum. Suddenly Jeanette's a threat to win this thing. I mean, he does have 9 seconds of penalties, so that's a bit of an issue, but... And...
I think Zem's done.
Yeah,
he must have cut that corner with a 10-second penalty there.
Yeah, I saw that. And then Jeanette has also picked up another penalty, I believe. 12 seconds now.
Let's see. Yes, 12 seconds for Jeanette, 19 for Zamoglis, 6 for Tebrum, 6 for Vinny, and then the other drivers, Asylum has 6, the other drivers have 3. Tebrum got another penalty.
Yeah, and I was going to say, a big moment there. It looks like him and Jeanette, I don't know if they touched or if they just someone had a mistake and someone had to lift because of it.
Great battle here for the podium positions, plural.
Yeah, Asylum in the mix and carrying 6 seconds of penalties where Tebrum has 9, Jeanette has 12. So Asylum is actually poised for a P2 here.
Yeah. Let me call him up. You have his phone number?
And Joshua within 3 of Asylum. This is going to be a problem. Joshua might actually end up jumping up to P2 here.
Yeah, and he has been chipping away at I think it was a 3+ second gap between him and Asylum. Now it's just over 2. And that's Sam in the pits.
I think it was Zamoglis retiring.
Okay.
Zamoglis retiring, but credit to him, he's frustrated, obviously, and drove all the way around to get back in the pits, so...
Yeah, and his car looks like it's coming back out.
It always does that, it seems.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And Janet having a good look. And
Adri not going to fight it. Smart move. No sense with the penalties.
Oh my.
Although...
Great stuff.
Nah, there's no way. Janet's 9 seconds of penalties more than Adri. So Adri really just needs to worry about Joshua. If he picked up another penalty, Joshua could jump in.
So given the contentious battles that have been going on with Adri and Tebrum, if Asylum is aware of that or has seen some of that, at this point, if I were him, I'd be thinking, all right, I don't want to get too close, because if these two touch, I don't want to get dragged into it, collected. So measures gap, be ready. And if he can just keep up with these guys, he too is looking at a podium, right? Let's see.
From Sebrum.
6.
Not quite close enough, though. Yeah, Asylum, Asylum and Joshua will be 2nd and 3rd, I believe. Joshua 2nd, Asylum 3rd.
Yep, so currently would be Adri. Yep,
oh, Adri and Sebrum. Really going wheel to wheel here. Right through that corner, they were side by side, and Adri just does not want to give it up, but I think once he knew Tebrum was in front, he just realized he can't... Oh, look, it's dry!
DRS enabled.
I didn't even realize it had stopped raining. I was so interested in the racing. Unreal. I don't think the inters... I think you'll be fine on the inters at this stage. The guys on softs, you're not going to get anything out of this.
No.
The race is almost over.
Yep. Yeah, no sense in boxing now.
It's really about survival at this point. Because they're obviously going to be driving in tricky conditions now.
Josh now within 0.8 of Asylum. So Asylum will be losing the position to Josh. Excuse me. So at this point, Janet has to be hoping that Tebrum has a moment and creates a road blockage. so that he can scamper off and cover his 12 seconds in penalties.
Right.
At least that's what I'd be thinking.
I mean, Jinnit kind of has T-Brum almost covered at this stage. It's just the other guys he's got to worry about. Oh, wow. I thought I saw someone had a moment there, but it's just the way the corner looked.
Adri got a 3-second penalty.
Oh my goodness, that changes a lot. Because he is almost 6 seconds off Jinnit. Could Jinnit possibly win this out of nowhere? Look at the gaps. He might do it. Jinnit might win this thing on merit at this stage. Joshua, no, Joshua will definitely win. Joshua's going to win it, I think. Because of the 3 seconds, right? Yeah. I think Joshua and Asylum go 1-2. So Jinnit wins on track. T-Brum actually jumps him. Jinnit down to second. Adri jumps Jinnit. Joshua up to first.
You called it.
And Asylum, what happened to Asylum?
Did
he have a mistake?
Know.
He's well behind Joshua now. How did he end up sixth? Wasn't he right behind him?
Yeah. Yeah, he was literally right behind him. Maybe going through the wall of champions.
I mean, look at the intervals, though. Jinnit. Oh my god. 7 thousandths off Adri, who's 2/10 off T-Brum, who's 8/10 off Joshua. I mean, even on penalties, they were very close there, everybody. So maybe that's how Asylum ended up dropping just those fine margins. Like, if he had another second and a half, he'd be up into P2.
Josh gets the win.
Josh wins it. It was a hell of a drive.
And then it was T-Brum, right? And Adri. Great race. Given the conditions, I think they did a fantastic job.
Yeah, it was really interesting, the strategy and the way everybody handled everything. It was a really cool Grand Prix, and the penalties and strategy really shook things up. So that's going to be a win for Joshua, his second on the year. T-Brum will take second, Adri third, strong podium for him. Jinnit will take fourth, Rec is fifth, Asylum 6th, Brian 7th, Vinny 8th, Rockstar 9th, Sam is 10th. Samagas will take 11th, he's our first DNF, and then RC, Lunar, Beck, and Pop rounding out the field, all DNF. So it looks like everyone who finished got points. So Sam with 10th. Not a great night for Sam. Well, he did get the quickest lap. He had fastest lap. Oh, sorry, it was Rockstar.
Rockstar, yep.
Yeah, so Rockstar gets the point for fastest lap. Nice job from all the drivers tonight. And so we got Joshua, T-Brum, and Adri, generally who doesn't do interviews.
And Jinnit was P4, but he left.
Yeah, he might come for the interview. We'll see. I'll add him, and if he wants to join, he can. It was bloody close to coming third anyway, 7 thousandths.
Gee, 7 thousandths, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Where is Janet? It's offline. Maybe you did shut it down. Whatever, we'll invite. See what happens. Did you take notes for your interview questions?
No, I was too busy watching. The notes are in my head, and you know what? I didn't have any ink to write anything down there either.
All right, I got Adri. Adri, T-Room, Janet. Wait, I didn't mean to add Adri. I meant to add Joshua.
Josh, yep.
Why does it add Adri? I don't know what happens, but everybody's hanging out in my apartment.
That was T-Room. We got 2, 3.
Yeah, for T-Brum, just make sure you've got your audio set to be shared on streams and stuff.
I do. I think I do.
Okay, cool.
I don't know because I've done these before, so I think I do, but I'm not too sure.
We'll see. I don't know, someone in the chat might let us know, or maybe in the Discord, but who else did we invite? Janet and Adri. I guess I don't know if either of them show up, but well, Adri won't join. He never usually does, but
okay. So I'll just
I
start
think Janet will join though.
You think so?
I did add him. I mean, he usually knows the routine.
I don't know. Losing by 7,000ths of a second. Losing the podium.
I know. I mean, if you want to start with the guys that are here, go for it.
Sure.
And if he shows up, you can get him at the end.
Okay. All right. Great job, guys. T-Brum. Great qualifying lap. But so you started on the hards. What was the forecast and why the hards?
It said on the like the forecast that the rain was going to come lap 20, and that's when the hards were going to end. But this game is kind of weird sometimes, so mediums are definitely the better choice, though. But
all right, well, it still worked out for you. You started to rack up the penalties towards the end there. Were you starting to get a little overly aggressive, or just tires, or?
No, I was just locking up here and there. It was only the Wall of Champions. That was the area where I was getting most of my penalties from. But no, I wasn't aggressive, considering how many penalties I have. I wasn't too aggressive.
So when the safety car came in, went out, and you guys had already been on the inters for, I think it was about 12 laps at that point. You were basically the only one in the top 10 maybe that came in to change tires. Were you surprised by that?
I had wing damage, so I wanted to come in and change it.
Okay.
It was the perfect opportunity, but apparently selecting auto for ring repair and pits doesn't fix it 100% of the time. So I just didn't get to change my wing.
Yeah, I experienced that myself. So yeah, for those of you listening, you probably want to change it to yes rather than auto.
Yeah.
It's been like that for years. I'm surprised so many people weren't aware. When I saw that in the chat last week, I think even 2 games ago they put an option in to always repair wing damage if there's any. Anyways, as far as the weather goes, it is just in case you're not aware, we do run approximate weather, and the whole reason is that so that you can't perfectly predict strategy. We weather itself is really random, right? It's not perfectly predictable, so that's kind of why we run it with approximate. So it spices things up a little bit, so people can kind of what happened today, right? Some people gambled and went on medium, and some took the hards. And it was well, it started raining pretty early, and if you were on the mediums, you gained a lot.
Yeah,
so, yeah. Anyway, sorry, go ahead, GB.
No, that's okay. And I guess just one more question. On the restart, you made up some positions pretty quickly. I'd imagine you were pretty happy with that, because it seemed like you were having a tough time with a couple of the drivers getting by, and on the restart, I think you gained 2 or 3 positions within the first lap or two.
Yeah, I was thinking to myself, this is going to be absolute carnage because everyone was on cold winters. So I just, yeah, I just got steady on the throttle and made sure I didn't spin my tires, and yeah, just was smart with my moves.
Nice. Well, great job. Very entertaining guys up front there. That was awesome. So, all right, who's the other guy? Mr. Joshua?
Mr. Joshua.
John?
It's a big dub.
Josh, are you good at math? I think you're probably good at math.
I am absolute garbage at this track, so my strategy is just avoid penalties at all costs. And it worked out tonight. Like, I despise this track, especially in the rain with no line. Oh my god, it is so difficult.
All right, you're disqualified. I told everyone earlier, no slandering Canada. It's our precious little baby. Don't you dare.
I've been trying to get this track banned for 5 years, and I keep failing at it.
I know.
And now that I won, I guarantee it's not being run next season. That's all I got to do.
Yeah, it won't be, and neither will Monaco. All the same tracks get voted out every time they're eligible.
Yeah, except Canada. That one always makes it.
Mm.
So, so my question was, obviously, a lot of penalties were up there, and how aware were you of the penalties around you and what that meant for you?
I was keeping track of it on the last lap. I think Adri got another one, and that I knew it was close, and it obviously ended up being close at the end of it there too. So, but I was just trying to stay out of trouble. I didn't get any wing damage or anything like that, and I knew my pace wasn't fantastic, so I was just trying to stay with the cars in front. I don't think I made a pass on track. Just tried to stay out of trouble.
I think you did pass Asylum, right? Didn't Asylum go a little wide?
Yeah,
at one
like
point. I think that's the
I don't
overtake
count that as
you.
a true overtake. That's just me taking advantage of somebody else's mistake. So I think that happened a few times. I think I got Sam in the pits. He must have had a slower stop or something. So, yeah.
Being able to get by Asylum there in the closing laps, though, that was key to you being able to get to that top step.
Yep, I agree.
All right, well, 9:30, Bigger.
Yes, sir.
You have any
Wrapping it
questions
up.
for the winners?
I do not. I already kind of piped up with my little weather comment, but
all right, I'm gonna head off. I gotta get my kids to bed. So thanks for commentating, guys. Nice racing.
Yeah,
See you.
great. Honestly, great job to both of you guys racing tonight.
Nice job.
The battle at the front was fantastic. You and Adri. Adri raced you really hard, but it was all clean from what I saw. So really, really quality shit. But yeah, cheers. Have a great night.
Yeah. See you, boys.
See you, boys.